Morning class. Let us start with our next class for today. In yesterday's video, we discussed about the basics of exponent and powers. What do you mean by exponents? What do you mean by power? What do you mean by base? What do you mean by exponential form? What do you mean by expanded form? How to represent or how to convert any number into its exponential form by using prime factorization method? How to compare the exponential form? Just the basics of what do you mean by standard form. Today we will be doing the very important topic, that is laws of exponents. What do you mean by laws? Laws basically rules, the obligation that we have to follow. For example, laws of motion. Basically there are laws of motion. That this happens this, then this happens this. That's why the laws are made, because they are the facts which are true, right? Similarly, we have laws of exponent to prove that if anything happens in exponent and powers, there is a basic rule behind it. Let's understand through this laws. First law is a raised to power n multiplied by a raised to power n is equal to a raised to power n plus n. Understand what is happening. What is the base here? A. What is the exponent? N. What is the base? A. What is the exponent? N. What is happening if bases are same in multiplication and exponents are different? Then if the base are same in multiplication, the exponents are added. This is what is happening right now in this particular law. Right, clear? So if bases are same in multiplication, powers are added, the exponents are added. Next, in division, what will happen? Division. Multiplication increases, it means powers or exponents will be added. In division, what will happen? Yes, it will be subtracted. So a raised to power n divided by a raised to power n is equal to a raised to power n minus n. Next, now see, third one, a raised to power n multiplied by b raised to power n. What is happening now? In first case, bases were same and powers or exponents were different. Right now, bases are different and exponents are same. In that case, what we will do, we'll take the exponent common and hence a into b whole raised to power n. What we did exponent common. This is an important rule. For example, let me take one example. 2 raised to power 3, 3 raised to power 3. What is the answer? We will not expand directly. Bases are different, powers are same. So what will happen? The bases will become whatever is happening and power will be common. Hence, answer is 6 raised to power 3. Let's even check whether it is there or not. 2 raised to power 3 means 2 into 2 into 2. 3 raised to power means 3 into 3 into 3. 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 3, 24, 24 into 3, 72, 72 into 3, 72 into 3 will be getting 216, and 6 into 6 into 6, 36, 36 into 6, 216, 216, hence verified. Are we clear? Any doubt anyone is having with this? Any doubt anyone is having in this? So hence verified also. Are we clear? So this law is applicable if the bases are different and powers are same. We take the power common, and same thing can happen vice versa. If for example I am having 2 into 3 raised to power 6, how to solve? Again, what will happen? This exponent will be distributed equally. Distributed equally means it will be given to them equally. It means 2 raised to power 6 and 3 raised to power 6. It will be same in this case. Are we clear? So both way it is applicable. Next, same division. It will be a by b raised to power n. Now, anything raised to power 0 is always 1. Anything raised to power 0 is always 1. This is called identity law. Because you'll be getting answer 1. Whatever will happen, you'll be getting answer 1. Even answer is 1. See the power of exponent 0. Whatever, even if your base is negative, even then answer will be 1 only. Do remember, even if minus 1 raised to power 0. What do you think? Answer would be minus 1. Definitely you will be thinking no. Answer is always plus 1. Do remember. Very important law. Called identity law. Next, a raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1. Do you remember inverse law? Multiplicative inverse law. This is called inverse law. If anything raised to power minus 1 is there, we will reciprocal. Numerator will become denominator, denominator will become numerator. Numerator will become denominator and denominator will become numerator. This is called inverse law. What we call inverse law. Next, very important rule, 7th rule. A raised to power n, whole raised to power n. I have given the special name to this law. I have given the power upon power law. Power over power law. I have given a special name to it. Why? Because, for example, I am having a raised to power n, whole raised to power n. If you keep on extending, even if you take raised to power t, the powers will be multiplied. Like in this case, powers were being added. Now the powers will be multiplied. It will become a raised to power. I am not considering this for right now. It will become m into it. It means power raised to power. The powers or exponents will be multiplied. Are we clear? Very important. Let me take 2 raised to power 3 whole power 2. It will become 2 raised to power 3 into t, that is 2 raised to power 6. Let's check whether we are getting the right answer or not. Let's check even. Let's verify the law. 2 raised to power x 3. It means 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 2 raised to power 6 means 2 into 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 2. Now this is 8. 8 raised to power 2. Let's check. 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. 8 into 8 is 64. 64 is equal to 64. Hence verified. Look, rule is applicable. Are we clear with this? Any doubt? Anyone is having? Let's open your books. Exercise 13.2. Let's apply the law. This laws we need to apply on exercise 13.2. Immediately we'll apply. Let's apply the rules. Very important. 13.2 exercise. Immediately open your books, please. And let's apply the rules. I'll be considering very important. Okay. First question. Using laws of exponent, simplify and write the answers in exponential form. We have to use the laws, and after simplification we have to write in exponential form only. First question is 3 raised to power 2, question number 1, first part. 3 raised to power 2 into 3 raised to power 4, 3 raised to power 8. Now see, which rule will be applied first? Bases are same, in multiplications powers are added. So it will be 3 raised to power 2 plus 4 plus 8. That is 3 raised to power 14 is the answer. Why? We have to write this rule, and in the bracket you will write, because a raised to power n into a raised to power n is equal to a raised to power m plus n. You have to mention the rules. Are we clear? Next question, division. 6 raised to power 15 divided by 6 raised to power 10. Same. Second part. 6 raised to power 15 divided by 6 raised to power 10. Bases are same. In division, powers are subtracted. That is 15 minus 10, 6 raised to power 5 is the answer. You have to write a raised to power n divided by a raised to power n is equal to a raised to power m minus. You have to apply the rules. Next, third part, easy you can do. Fourth part, just see. Now you might be thinking that exponents can be only constants. Exponent can be variables also, but the rules will not change. No? Answer is bases are same, exponents will be added. Therefore, 7 raised to power x plus 2 is the answer. Therefore, a raised to power n into a raised to power n, that is a raised to power n plus n. Are we clear? Next, fifth part. See this part. This part seems to be very interesting. 5 raised to power 2 whole raised to power 3 divided by 5 raised to power, it's 3. Now understand how to do this. Now don't you think this rule, particular part indicates this rule? First of all, we have to solve the bracket. As per the board mass, we have to solve the bracket first. We'll be solving the bracket. But bracket indicates that it seems like power up over power rule. So power upon power rule, powers will be multiplied. So it will be getting 5 raised to power 6 divided by, again bases are same, in division powers will be subtracted. So 5 raised to power 3. So in one question as many rules as possible can be applied. So there is no hindrance, there is no limitations on applying rules. Even in one question many rules can be applied. So you will be mentioning, because a raised to power m whole raised to power n is nothing but a raised to power m into n. Are we clear? Will you able to do other parts? Other parts are very easy. We can apply easily. Any other doubt? Question number 2. Let's apply question number 2. Let's solve the question number 2. Now the standard of questions will be higher. Now we'll be having the standard questions. Okay, let's do it. I'm not rubbing this because I might be using this, so we need it. Question number 2. Simplify and express each of the following in exponential form. First part, 2 raised to power 3 into 3 raised to power 4 up into 4, 3 into 32. Understand the question. Now, basically how to solve such question. For such question, first thing is the bases must be same. We have to make the base same. Now, 2 and 3 we are getting, 4 we are getting, 3 we are getting, 32 we are getting. It means we have to convert 4 with the base 2 and even 32 with the base 2, because this is 3 not a problem, but this is 2 and others are in different bases. So first thing we have to make the base same. We know that 4 is 2 into 2, it means 2 raised to power 2. Secondly, we know that 32 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, that is 2 raised to power 5. If I do the prime factorization of 32, I'll be getting that 2 and 32 as 2 raised to power 5. Right? Let's do it then. We'll convert. Now, 2 raised to power 3 as it is, 3 raised to power 4 as it is. I'll convert 4 with base 2, 2 raised to power 2, and 3 as it is, 32 as 2 raised to power 5. Now the question is sorted because we have almost the same variables. Let's 2 raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 2, 3 raised to power 4, 2 raised to power 5 and 3 are we getting. Now bases are same, in multiplications powers are added. So 3 plus 2, 3 raised to power 4 as it is, and 2 raised to power 5 into 3. Now 3 plus 2, 2 raised to power 5, 3 raised to power 4 upon 2 raised to power 5, 3. 2 raised to power 5 cancel out because same. Now we are left with 3 raised to power 4 upon 3. So understand which rule is this. Now if no power is there, power is 1. In division, what happens in division? If bases are same in division, can I write this as 3 raised to power 4 divided by 3 raised to power 1? Any doubt? This is this. That means it means bases are same, powers will be subtracted. Hence, what is the answer? 3 raised to power 3. Are we clear? Once again, I am repeating the question. 3 raised to power 2. It means first of all we'll make the base same. After making the base same, whatever the laws we have used, you have to mention these. You have to mention the rule. You cannot skip missing the rule. And here you will be mentioning a divided by a raised to power m, that is a raised to power m minus n. Are we clear with the question? Next part. It's easy. Questions are easy, not difficult, but standard question. Second part. Five raised to power 2 whole raised to power 3, not a problem. 5 raised to power 4 divided by 5 raised to power 7. Very easy. Solve this. I am writing directly to 6. 5 raised to power 4 divided by 5 raised to power 7. Bases are same, powers will be added. 5 raised to power 10, 5 raised to power 7. In division, multiplication, in division, powers are subtracted. Answer is 5 raised to power 3. Easy or difficult? I have done it directly. Very easy. Question number part 3. 25 raised to power 4 divided by 5 raised to power 3. See, here base is 5, here base is 25, right? We have to make the base same. How? Either I can change 25 into 25 or 25 into 5, which is simpler. Going from bigger to smaller is simpler in this case. So, 25 means 5 into 5, that is 5 square. So I can write 5 square whole power 4 divided by 5 raised to power 3. It will become 5 raised to power 4 into 2 divided by 5 raised to power 3. 5 raised to power 8 divided by 5 raised to power 3. That is 5 raised to power 8 minus 3. 5 raised to power 5 is the answer. Are we clear? Simple. Very simple to do. Next. Fourth part. We'll be very quick on this. Fourth part. Fourth part as it is. 3 into 7 raised to power 2, 11 raised to power 8 upon 21 into 11 raised to power 3. Now question seems to be difficult but not. 3, 7, 11 base, 21. I can convert 21 into 7 into 3 because 21 is 7 into 3. Any doubt? 3, 3 cancel out. It means we are left with this and we are left with this. Solve it. Simple. It means that 7 raised to power 2 divided by 7 multiply sign 11 raised to power 8 divided by 11 raised to power 3. Any doubt anyone is having? It means this only, na? Division. So it is 1. Now 7 raised to power 2 minus 1 into 11 raised to power 8 minus 3. What will be getting? 7 as it is. Now 8 minus 3, 11. This is what the answer is. Simple question. If power is not mentioned, do remember power is always 1. If power is not there, power is always 1. Are we clear? Fifth part. Easy to do, fifth part. Okay, sixth part. 2 raised to power 3, 3 raised to power 0, 4 raised to power 0. 2 raised to power 0 plus 3 raised to power 0 plus 4 raised to power 0. What is the answer? You might be thinking directly 1. No. See, 2 raised to power 0, 1. 3 raised to power 0, 1. 4 raised to power 0, 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1. 3 is the answer. Anything raised to power 0 is 1. Even. I'll give you a question. You might be thinking 2 raised to power 100, 3 raised to power 104. How we will solve? Whatever the result you will be getting, answer is always 1. Because whole raised to power 0 is 1. Even if the bracket on solving you are getting whatever the answer, but whole power is 0, the answer will be 1. Are we clear? Next, same part of this question in which multiplication is there. So 1 into 1 into 1, answer is 1 only. Seventh part, right? As it is, we'll be doing 10th part, you can do it, not a problem. So rest of the parts you can do it, that's not a problem. Come to question number 3. Again, say true or false and justify your answer. First part, 10 into 10 raised to power 11 is equal to 100 raised to power 11. What do you think? It's true. Bases are same, powers must be added. So it must be 10 raised to power 1 plus 11. It should be 10 raised to power 2. And it means 100 raised to power 11. Right? If I write 10 I'll be getting 100. Can I write 10 square? Whole raised to power n. Powers will be 10 raised to power 22. 10 raised to power. Are they equal? False. But what he did actually in this, instead of adding the bases power, he multiplied the bases and he got the answer, which is absolutely wrong. I haven't given you any such law. Next, 2 raised to power 3 is greater than 5 raised to power 2. Directly you can solve. 2 into 2 into 2. 5 into 5. 8 is greater than 25. It's absolutely false. It's a pure example. Yesterday, do you remember I told you if basic powers are different, powers always greater. Again, one failure. Here power is 3, here power is 2, but basis. That's why I told you never to rely on powers only. You have to solve in cases you can solve. Next, third part. Two raised to power 3 3 raised to power 2 is 6 raised to power 5. See what he has done. I haven't given you. This is pure example where bases are also different and exponents are also different. In that case, we don't have any law. When the bases are different, when the exponents are different, we don't have any law in such a case. And hence, we have to solve it completely. So, if I think this way or that way, what he has done, he has multiplied the base and he has added the power. Means he has applied two laws together, which is not possible because I haven't given you any such law. Hence, if we solve 2 into 2 into 2, 3 into 3 into 3, 6 raised to power 5. I think 6 raised to power 5, if I remember, if we got, means, try to solve please. 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 2, 8 into 3, sorry. What will be getting 8 into 3? 8 into 3 is 72, 72. Yeah, 24, 24 into 3. Please solve it immediately everyone. Try to solve. Try to analyze what we are getting. Yeah, try to analyze what we are getting. 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 3, 24, 24. We are getting 72. I think this will be getting 776. 6 raised to power 5, 776. So are they equal? No, again false. Fourth question, fourth part, very easy to do. Let's do it. Fourth part. Yeah, 3 raised to power 0. And we are getting 1000 raised to power 0. Are they equal? Yes, 3 raised to power 0, 1. 1000 raised to power 0, 1. 1 is 1. True. Clear? Next question. Express each of the following as the product of prime factors only in exponential form. Very easy question again. I'll do one part, rest of the part will be doing. Again same. Yesterday, do you remember I told you how to represent a number, given number into exponential form? Same. Question number 4. I'm doing first part only. 108 into 192. I'm doing that part only. Let me do the third part. Third part seems to be difficult. 729 into 64. Right? So what we'll do the prime factorization of this number separately, prime factorization of this number separately, and then we'll multiply. 729. Simultaneously everyone will be solving. Let's solve. Everyone. Now 16, 2 8s are 16, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2. Done. Now if I talk, because I can do directly on 3, because I know it's 2 4 3. Again I can do it on 3 table. 81 again on 3 table. I'll be getting 27. 3 9s are 27. 3 3s are 9, and 3 1s are 3. So what I'm getting? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I can write 7 to 9 as 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. That is 3 raised to power 6. Right. Similarly, 64 I can write as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. That is 2 raised to power 6. 7 to 9 into 64 I can write 3 raised to power 6 into 2 raised to power 6. This is what the answer. My brilliant students might be thinking, sir, we can apply the laws of exponent here also. Exponents are same, power bases are different. In that case, we can answer should be 6 raised to power 6. So can we write this also? Though you are correct, but we cannot do it because as per the question, we have to represent the answers into prime factors only, the prime numbers only. And 3 and 2 is a prime number, but if I write 6 raised to power 6, the answer is not correct because 6 is not a prime number. So are we clear? That we have to see. That is also a very important case. Any doubt anyone is having? Okay. Next, will you able to do question number 5? Let's do the question number 5. Very simple again, same rule. We don't have any different rule. Very simple. Question number 5, simplify. Now the simplification. I told you yesterday also. In simplification, answer should be perfectly. He is saying that simplify. He is not writing simplify and write in exponential form. So your answer should be proper, not in exponential form in this case. So simplify. Fifth question. First part I'll be doing 2 raised to power 5 whole raised to power 2 into 7 raised to power 3 divided by 8 raised to power 3 into 7. So again 7 base not a problem. Here base is 2, here base is 8. So we have to convert either 2 into 8 or 8 into 2, which is smaller and which is easier. 2 into 8. Yeah, what's a smaller? Either we have to convert 2 into 8 or 8 into 2. I told you from higher to lower it's easy. So we'll convert 8 into 2. What do you mean by 8? 8 is 2 into 2 into 2. It means 2 raised to power 3. So I can represent 8 as 2 raised to power 3. So first of all I'll solve this immediately. 5 into 2 because I'm getting the law. You have to mention the law because a raised to power n whole raised to power n, that is a raised to power n into n. Simultaneously you have to mention. Now I can write 2 raised to power 3 whole power 3 power. Right? Again I can apply the law, that is 10 7 raised to power 3, again 2 into 9 into 9 7 raised to power, so sorry 3 into 3 2 raised to power 10 into 7 raised to power 3, I'll be getting 2 raised to power 9 into 7. Now this I can write it as 2 raised to power 10 divided by 2 raised to power 9 multiply 7 raised to power 3 divided by 7 raised to power 1. I told you simply you can do it. If no power is there, power is always 1. 2 raised to power 10 minus 9 multiply by 7 raised to power 3 minus 1. You'll be getting 2. Here you'll be getting 7 raised to power 2. What do you mean by 7 raised to power 2? 7 into 7. 7 into 7 is 49. 49 into 2 is 98. 98 is the answer. Such a big question, answer is 98. This is the advantage of exponent and powers. Big term, answer simpler. Right? Are you clear with the question? Any doubt anyone is having in this question? Next part I'll do it. I'll see which part I can do it as, which is simpler to do. First part you can do it. Second part I'm doing very simple again. 25 into 5 raised to power 2 t raised to power 8 10 raised to power 3 t raised to power 4. Let's do it. 5 base t base 10 25. We have to check. So I can write 25 as 5 square, not a problem. 5 square t raised to. Can I write 10 as 2 into 5? On prime factorization, whole raised to power of this. Now I told you if a raised to a into b raised to power n, it's also equal to a raised to power n b raised to power n. Hence, we'll give the power to both the bases. 5 into 5 I can write, and 2 raised to power 3, 5 raised to power 3, t raised to power 4, 5 raised to power 4, 8 raised to t raised to power 8, 5 raised to power 3 into 2 raised to power 3, 8 raised to t raised to power 4. Now, as it is, what we'll do, can I write 5 raised to power 4 divided by 5 raised to power 3 in multiplication t raised to power 8 divided by t raised to power 4, and this 2 raised to power 3 as it is. We will not take it to the numerator. Now, 4 minus 3 multiplied by t raised to power 8 minus 4 upon 2 raised to power 3. I can write 5 t raised to power 4. 2 raised to power 3 means 8. This is what the answer is. 5 into t raised to power 4 upon 8, or I can write 5 t4 upon 8. This is what the final answer. Because multiplication, this also means multiplication. Are we clear? Any doubt anyone is having in this question? Next, question number third part, the last part. Very easy to do. We'll see the exponential form. Let's do it, the third part. Third part, I'm leaving you the homework, please. You have to try the third part. Let's have the homework. Third part, homework. With this, your laws of exponent and its application is over. Now, you can try the other question based on this. Till then, take care and bye-bye.